Hello, are you unhappy with your face? Do you wish you could just have a new face instead of the old one? Well, I was too. Here's the old face, but there's a quick way of getting rid of it. You do this. Hi kids, welcome to Terry on Tuesday. Back to the building this week. We're building the Vlahug Commander helmet from the BBC TV series Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And last time, which was about 2 videos ago, we had made the faceplate to go on the helmet. Well, guess what? I'm making another faceplate. We're kind of on the 4th or 5th iteration of it now, but we're getting closer to how it should look better. So let's have a look at what we've done on the computer to get a more accurate shape.
Right, so comparing what I made to screen caps, etc., you can see in the middle picture that the mask should be a lot shorter and a wider nose and slightly different eye shapes. So the plan was to grab this proportionally correct picture and scale it up to a piece of A4 paper. So there it is on a piece of A4 paper with my my built version underneath. So I got all the lines, changed them into black via Photoshop, and I stretched the mask out sideways a little bit, as you can see, to allow for the curve on the bucket. So we don't need to print out all of the grey stuff, so I turned the lines to black, as you can see here, by the power of magic, and got rid of the background picture, which was the photo of the first mask. And you can see I've made little vertical bits either side to extend the piece of plastic. Then moved it down a little bit into the middle of the A4 paper. It looks very much like Darth Vader meets Stormtrooper, which is kind of what it is. And I printed that out. So we'll print that onto a piece of A4 paper and then use that as our template. Old face. Print out for new face. Scaled. Bang on. How do we do that? Let's do that. Oh, look. That's pretty good. Made it slightly wider to account for the curve. Those vertical bits on the end there are extra bits that are going to go into the material, so you won't see them. But it is, as you see, very close to the amended image. Let's go cut this out.
And we're back downstairs in the kitchen of creation. Okay, so what we need to do is cut said printed template out of half a bucket. As you remember, the first one was cut out the front half, like so, and this new one will be done exactly the same, with the top edge lining up with this little mold line all the way across there, so we know it's sort of dead 90 degrees, and it looks rather nice, doesn't it? I've actually, as I say, I've added this extra bit on the sides now. I may even carry on cutting all the way past here, just so we've got all this bit which will tuck into the material through a slot, which will make it look a lot neater, a lot nicer. So first we've got to cut the shape of this out and then get it onto the bucket. Let us move the camera. Alrighty then. See this piece of wood? This is from my Dalek. The Dalek that I do not have anymore. I was making one about 1.5 years ago, and then I sold it. I got very close to finishing it, to be honest, but I realised I wanted to make a movie more than I wanted a Dalek. So I sold the Dalek and put the money into the movie. So that's that chap taken off. We'll cut across here as accurately as pos, and then same with this, but we'll keep going to there, and then this side. Lovely. Now, I'm not going to cut these shapes out until it's on the face because it will actually help to score the shape on the bucket. Ready. So, that's dead center. See, now the problem with a cone shape, this is a straight line, the edge of this is a straight line, but as you lay it on there, the straight line goes down away from the edge. And there's not a lot you can do about that, to be honest. We'll cope, we'll manage, it'll be fine.
A few minutes later.
Alrighty, put a ton of tape on this, mainly on the lines, so we can see what we're doing. We'll cut the eyes and the triangles out first, and then we'll get to the edges. I think it's time for some music. Here, but there's a line there. I'm going to keep that because I'm going to need that. So, alrighty, just need to sort this out across here. Oh, hello. There we go. Done. Now, just like last time, I'm not going to film for ages, maybe 30 minutes while I cut this blooming thing out using scissors and scalpels. I will cut back once it's cut out and we'll compare the two. We're done. New face, as promised. Bucket, no more. So there's the old face, big face, little face, big face, little face, big face, little face. Looks vaguely stormtroopery. So it is wider because obviously I've made extra tabs, haven't I? But it is a lot shorter. Eyes are roughly the same size. Oh, actually, eyes are smaller. In fact, everything's a bit smaller, to be honest. It's a lot shorter on the jaw, a wider gap between the nose, between the eyes for the nose, down to about here. And that is the big one. I'm going to pair it up with a helmet now, not this one. And I think I'll make a very temporary nose shape and stick it on and see what it looks like. Let's do that. Alrighty, so many hours later. Remember the foam we used for the arm door thingy? Well, I've got millions of bits. So I've got to make a sandwich, 3 thick. It's taken me a few hours because I've actually put the chairs on them upside down like I used to with the arm door thing and squished it flat to glue 3 pieces together. Cut it off at an angle, like so, and we have a temporary nose, and that white thing is double-sided sticky tape. So, I've put the helmet vaguely, as tight, well, as best I can, in there. It is rather tight, actually. Because it's longer here, it's getting interfered with by the studs here, so I might have to chop the corners off just so this fits in even better. But it's in place. It's, as you can see, a lot shorter than the original by about an inch and a half. Looks pretty good. See what it looks like with the nose. Now this is cut roughly to the same size as the paper template, so it should fit. Let's have a look. Pop that on here, in between the eyes, as most noses go, obviously. That, my friends, is lovely. Look at that. I think that's good. I'm not sure if the angle is 100% right. Does the nose stick out a little more, a little less? I think that's about right. I mean, this is a 90 degrees at the moment because it's a corner. Whether it should be steeper or less steep, I don't know, but I think that looks right. It looks very similar to the template. Right up front, on the front angle, you can just about see a little bit of the underside, which is how it looks. Some of the side views are like that in the show. I'm going to stick it on my heat for a sec. Well, I could definitely see out a lot better. Tip that back a bit. So it looks like just that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Might have to see if I can make another one of these noses and work out how to stick it actually onto here properly, because this is a vinyl, PVC, and this is just double-sided tape at the moment, but it is industrial double-sided tape. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. I mean, we're going to have red vinyl down to about here, and then obviously the flaps and stuff that come out here, and then another probably foam. Let's cut a piece off at about 1 inch, just roughly. So we have another piece, a very long piece, that goes about here and all the way around. So, and it's got that little sort of second step, which we can use this for. Originally I was going to make two pieces of this, but this looks like it could fit the second step quite nicely. And then obviously there's another one that goes up here, which is the crest that goes up the middle, and then we've got the horns. But other than that, I think we're getting there. Right, well, that's going to be all for now. Oh, wow. Well, that's industrial carpet, double-sided tape, so it may work as once I make a decent, once I'm happy with this nose, once I cover it or, whatever, that is a very good substitute. It's just easily as strong as glue. Anyway, that's all for now for this week. I know it's probably a short one for you, but it's taken me all day. Just so you know, the Bloody Students Kickstarter is still running, because we're not going to shut it, but it's not doing too great. If there's anyone out there who would like to get some goodies and invest in this movie that I'm trying to make, it would be great if you could make a pledge. But I don't honestly foresee it hitting the target this late in the day now, which ain't a problem. Well, it is a problem in the long run. If we had a successful Kickstarter, it would make life easier, make filming easier. But the fact of the matter is, we were hoping the Kickstarter would help. It hasn't really, but we're going to soldier on anyway and do some shooting in September. Now, it's Tuesday for you, obviously. This is Saturday evening for me. Last night we had a Zoom call, myself and Danny, with the American distributors who are handling Off-World and hopefully handling Bloody Students if I ever can get it made. And they gave us an outline of what they plan to do with the film and what they hope to do with it and succeed and blah, blah, blah. And as soon as I get the green light from Danny and the distributors, I'll tell you a bit more about that in a future video. Hopefully next week. We'll see what we can find. We can divulge next week. Okay. Anyway, that's all for me this week. Keep it locked. We'll do some more of this next week, and maybe we'll do some leather work. Get the whole vinyl leather stuff on. That might be quite interesting. Anyway, from me and the Kitchen of Creation and Face On, Face Off and Arthur Bucket, who is no more, I bid you bye. Take care now. Bye bye then.